I have got to be a Baptist. I don't like blacks. I don't like whites. I don't like yellows. They're talking about people all being the same, with different experiences, living in different places, even on different planets, and seeing the wonder and the wisdom of having all these experiences and being with all these people and getting to know people and getting to understand them and having people be kind. And again, I say this in every show that my favorite word in the English language is gracious. If you say to me, Linda, okay, all this love stuff, that's great, but I don't love anybody. I had a rotten childhood like you did. And I was an alcoholic for a while, and I lost my job. I lost my wife. I lost my car like a bad country and western song. Lost my dog. Well, I say, why did that happen? What did you learn? And what are you doing now? So you have the opportunity to get it done again and again, because the universe is ultimately amazingly fair. The universe is not out to punish you. It's out to bring you home. It's out to have you in the joy of being with other good souls, whether they're human, whether they're pussycat, whether they're butterfly, bird, tree, fountains. The universe is beautiful. And there's our visiting pussycat, Miss Bell. It's interesting when you're meditating, when you're doing your prayers, when you're reading any kind of an uplifting book, or when you're doing a radio show that deals with spirituality, pussycats and puppy dogs love to come around. I chant with my pussycat, Angel, and she loves it, and she starts to purr. She loves it when I hold her in my arms, and she sets her little bottom in the crook of my arm, and she's over my shoulder, and I start chanting. She loves the vibration of the chanting from my chest going into her chest. And you will find that if you have pets, they'll be hanging around and meowing or doing tiny little woofs or a little chirping. I was doing Om chanting with a sick parrot at my vet clinic, and the parrot started doing sounds. I can't do parrot sounds exactly, but that's what the parrot started doing, and everybody turned around and looked because the bird was terribly sick, but responding to the chanting, the Om chanting. All you have to do is say Om or Amen. You don't have to get elaborate chants. Or you can say God, 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 Jesus, 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 Mary, 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 Buddha, Buddha, Buddha. They don't care. As long as your spiritual focus is on the universe. And if you say, I can only understand plants. I've been a gardener my whole life. I don't know about these elemental spirits. I don't know about fairy spirits. I don't know about garden spirits. I don't know about angel spirits. I don't know about human spirits. But I know there's something magical about plants. Wonderful. Have a plant in front of you. Take your philodendron and stick it in front of you and say, God, help me understand. God, give me the blessing of wisdom. God, give me the blessing of graciousness. Talk to the universe the same way you would talk to your best friend. The universe knows everything you're thinking even before you think it. Being honest, sitting quietly and just talking inside your head or vocally to the universe is a great stress reliever. People who meditate live longer. If I can ever get you to stop drinking, smoking, and doing drugs, if I can ever get you to be vegetarians, and if you're going to be a vegetarian, make sure you learn about vegetarianism and make sure you have the proper foods and the proper vitamin B complexes and supplements that you may need. Start out simple. Don't eat red meat. Then eventually stop having poultry. Then eventually stop having fish. Meanwhile, supplementing B complexes, and you will find that you feel lighter. You start losing weight because very few vegetarians are overweight. And you will find that you start feeling more at one with the universe. You may not need a near-death experience in your consciousness in this lifetime. If you have one, that is a blessing. Even people who have been to the dark side of the astral world, where they would go if they kept on with their behavior, are grateful because they were given the insight. They themselves were there and given the insight as to what the penalties for that continued behavior would be. That's a blessing. It's just as much of a blessing to see where you would go if it's not going to be happy for you as you are getting if you go to a place that is going to be happy for you. Because you are now being given the free will opportunity to be a better person. And if all you can do is be gracious, you say, Linda, I was brought up not to like people of a certain color or a certain religion. Fine, that was then, this is now. You have free will. You're not a cement figure. You have free will to change your behavior and your thoughts and become a gracious being, because gracious is godlike. Gracious is kind, has mercy, has pity on those less fortunate, but not a scouring kind of pity, a compassion. What does the Dalai Lama say? Compassion, compassion, compassion. If that's all you learn, you are learning some of the best lessons the universe has to offer, regardless of what planet you're on. Because I can promise you, there are people all around the universe, on their planets, learning their lessons. That is what a physical lifetime is all about. Becoming a better soul. Sharing the experiences of becoming better with others. Being gracious. Loving pussycats. Being at one with others. If you want to become one with your pussycat, hold your pussycat up to your chest, hold your dog, lay down side by side. You will learn about God in the form of animals. You will learn about God in the form of trees. Sit quietly in your backyard with your back against a tree and tune in to the universe. Say God, 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 heaven, 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 whatever works for you. Because you, as an individual soul, must learn to relate to the higher power of the universe that we are all a part of. We are not in this alone. We're in this to learn and become better, more loving, more compassionate, more gracious beings. Now, we're going to be coming to you a little more regularly, so make sure that you check WTMY 1280 AM radio. Go on your computer and check. Call the station if you have to, or check metaspeak.com, or call my office at 727-736-4567. I also do individual consultations and individual lessons if you're interested. So remember, this is Linda Bennett, metaphysically speaking, hopefully bringing some gracious light into your life. Join us again.